What is up, everybody? We are here with episode 14 of In the Cut, from the chair to the community. It's your boy Ealef Cuts, and I'm here with
Alexander Michaelides.
Yes, sir. And it's now episode 14. We took a bit of time off for this next episode from last time. About a week to rekindle. 2 weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
But we're back. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I missed the mic a little bit. It's a hectic time of year, I think, for a lot of people. And yeah, bro, but regardless, we're back. Episodes kept posting because we always ahead. But yeah, man, how you doing? How you feeling?
Feeling good, bro. Feeling good. Yeah, glad to be back. Glad that we're gonna keep keeping up the pod. We got a few ideas in mind. We got a lot of things cooking, and I can't wait to share them all.
I like the hoodie, bro. I like the hoodie.
It's my new favorite hoodie. Straight out, calm. Get one from AJ, bro. I swear this is like so comfortable. I wear this everywhere. I can't even lie.
Oh, thanks, bro.
So tell me, bro. Today, what's the topic, man?
Man, I feel like considering we're going into a different phase of our life in business, I thought it'd be important, man, we can touch on kind of risks and taking risks, and not just in a business sense, but a personal sense. And the first thing we can definitely touch on, considering it's pretty, it's already soon to be in place, bro. What's been the feedback like with the price increase? Is something we spoke about 2 episodes ago, I want to say. It
would have been 2 episodes ago.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. So I guess, fits perfectly in with this topic being risk. And it has been a risk. It's always a risk being able to, change your price or, change something within the business. And obviously the price is a key fundamental of barbering, of my business. And so it's been really, really good. At the end of the day, people, when it comes to, price updates and whatnot, people are always going to, agree, disagree, or whatever. But I think as we touched on in episode 12, it's all got to do with, it being sort of warranted and being valued. And so I can, only hope and am confident that, with the price increase, while there will, unfortunately be clients that, will not come back, I hope that they can understand that it's a justified decision, being given how sort of busy and booked out we were here. I feel like it's something that was necessary, in going forward and progressing with the business.
It's interesting, man, and I still think I have a lot of props and praise to you for being able to do that. But has there been any negative feedback or comments or anything, and you're like, that's made you maybe rethink your decision, or just in general?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be negativity, and I think with risk there's going to come that negativity. But I think it's all about sort of sticking true to your guns and knowing that with taking chances and being risky, you gotta be prepared for the worst. And yeah, with this price update, there's been a couple negative comments and whatnot. But as I said, I feel that this decision has been justified. It's something that's worth it. So yeah, I feel like while there will be those who are negative towards it, there will conversely be those who are positive towards it.
And how do you combat that negativity? You just don't care, or you're just like, you have conviction in what you're doing is the right thing to do?
At the end of the day, I think it depends on sort of what it's about, like the negativity. If it's something that I look at and I'm like, like, damn, like he's got a point, you know what I mean? Then what I'll try and do is, whether it be like tweak something or this or that, just to sort of, rectify whatever it is. And then on the other hand, if it's something that's more just like, what's he saying? Then I'm just gonna, leave it at that. But I think when it comes to, stuff like price raises and whatnot, you shouldn't be doing them. Like, you're gonna expect to get the negativity, right? So you shouldn't be doing them if that negativity is going to put you off doing them.
Yeah.
You got to be true to what you're doing.
That's good, because that was kind of a follow-up to my next question. When taking a risk, what's the point where you can take on feedback prior to making that decision, but also to the point where it's like, nah, I'm going to do it. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously risk-taking, people aren't going to agree with it, because if everyone agreed with it, wouldn't really be at risk. But how do you find that conviction and that justification to be like, I hear what you're saying, but nah.
I think, with this price update, it was a long time coming.
Oh, just in general. It doesn't have to be the price update.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think it's got to be something that in your heart, and even with feedback from others and whatnot, that it's something that is worth it. Speaking from the price update, it was something that was, a long time coming sort of thing. You know, it was, you know, getting busy for quite some time. People were struggling to book, you know, this and that. And that was the sort of, you know, pinnacle moment for me that I was like, okay, you know, what can I do now? What's sort of next to be able to progress the business? But yeah, aside from that, you know, it can't just be like a gut feeling. You know what I mean? It's got to be something that...
You don't reckon?
I think risk...
Bro, I've made so many decisions off gut.
I think risk has to be somewhat calculated.
Yeah, That's
Somewhat
cool.
calculated.
Cool. I agree.
So like when we talk about gut feeling, like, and I want to hear your opinion, but like, you know, when I say gut feeling, when I say it shouldn't be solely based on gut feeling, that's because I feel like if it's just your gut, and, you know, it's just like we spoke about dreaming and manifesting. Yeah, if you want that something to happen, you got to actually put the work in to make it happen. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm going to wake up with $1 million. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen like that. But that's what I talk about when I say gut feeling. So what about you?
I think like a gut feeling for me is like I'll do all the analysis and the calculations.
There you go.
To take a calculated risk, but if my gut goes against it, I'll go against it. I might be
Fair
like,
enough.
yeah, look, this is all good, this, rah, rah, but nah, something inside me is not letting me make this decision, and I won't do it.
Fair enough.
That's just me though, bro. I don't know. I'm a bit reckless.
No, that's totally fair. I mean, when you say gut feeling though, I feel like with you, and, you know, I'm somewhat alike, where it's a gut feeling that we might have, but in the back of our mind, we're like, yeah, but I'm going to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to make sure that this gut feeling is the right decision to make.
Yeah, for sure. But no, you're right. I'm also just talking from a place of like, even with people or whatever, like they might cross all the boxes or an opportunity for a partnership that looks great, everything's great, but if my gut is like, don't do it, I won't do it.
Yep.
I don't know why. But that's just how I've always been.
Yep. No, that's fair enough. Has there ever been a time where, you know, you've had to, you know, take that risk, you know, whether it be with Calm or anything else like that? Anything that you can sort of think of off the top of your head?
Yeah, actually kind of recently in a bit more of like a business sense, but just risk in general. I guess from other people it might be viewed as a risk, but for me it's not. Like, so with Calm and everything, like, and how I have my business partners along or whatever, like some people may have just like consumed full ownership of it, but me, bro, like we split everything 3 ways. And a lot of people, like, some people are, oh, are you sure? Like, would you do that? Rah, rah, rah. Like, do you trust him? That might be a risk to some, but not for me. Like, that's my brothers, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to just take all the pie. Like, everyone has to eat at my table. You feel me? And, like, no one's going to contribute to something if they don't really feel like it's theirs, right? When you're an employee of someone, right, you just, like, you work like as an employee. But if you're an owner and you're a shareholder or this or that, you know what I mean? So when we've lately been getting, you know, having to fill out constitutions because we're in the process of transitioning to a charity, which we're really, really close to. We set up another company today officially.
Yes, sir.
And it's all about, like, it's not just mine, it's ours. And that was a big risk for me, I think, from a personal perspective, but not just like a business sense, but just like, damn, like, all right, this thing that I started with Khaled, like, kind of went to him, but, you know, like, it was kind of my idea first, but I still went to him and whatnot. Kind of, he fell off a bit. Now we're back with Mike. And I'm like, nah, this is our thing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of, who knows, bro? They might burn me and take this. Nah, I'm joking. They would never do that. That's my boys. But yeah, bro, it's kind of a risk.
That's dope. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I mean, like, and I think that probably comes back to gut feeling when we're talking about that. I feel like, you know, for you, you know, you probably realize that, and maybe there'll be people in your head, as you said, you know, people next to you saying, oh, no, don't do that, that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're like, nah, you know, they're my boys, then you got to do it for
100%,
sure.
bro.
So coming back to gut feeling, you know, maybe, you know, it definitely can be an option to take if you're, you know, wholeheartedly for it.
It is, but I guess you just got to trust yourself and back your own intuition and back your reasoning for that. Like, it can't be a gut feeling out of being, like, scared. It's just more like a niggling that you got to think, do I need to act on this? You
Definitely. Let's talk about sort of, you know, bad risks, you know. Is there, you know, ever a time where, you know, you felt that, you know, it's not the right time to take that risk? It's a tough question.
It is, man. I think I would say in terms of what we do with Calm, it's like, all right, when is it time to, like, go all in? And this is what we've been talking about recently. Like, when is it time to, like, to jump into it wholeheartedly? And when is it time to put all our eggs in one basket and reach out to everyone, because we don't want to like reach out to schools and reach out to people if we're not ready from a logistical standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we had to take a lot of risk, and I think miss a lot of opportunities by waiting to make sure everything was set. You feel me?
Yep.
Like, I don't know if I'm expressing it in the right way, but we have missed a lot of opportunities because we're taking this risk to pass up something small now for a big thing later on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been tough to do, bro, when you kind of let opportunities go past you and go, nah, not right now. It doesn't align, not what we want to do yet. Not knowing if it's going to work out in the end, but you just have to have that conviction that it will.
When is the right time to take the risk, bro? You know, everyone's in, you know, maybe starting their businesses or in school, or they want to take the next step in life. When is the right time to take that risk?
Look, there won't ever be a right time, but I don't think there's a wrong time either. It's when you're at peace with the decision. Like, you just... It is. I feel like you know when it's time, because you're thinking about it more and more and more. If you keep thinking on it, I feel like eventually you need to act on it.
Yep.
Because if you don't, eventually, because then it's going to go past you, but you need to act. Like, when you repeatedly think of it, oh, should I do this? You just got to do it.
Definitely.
You just got to do it.
Definitely.
But what about you? But when do you think is a right? Do you think there's a right time to take a risk?
I think, as I said before, I think it's got to be calculated. But at the same time, yeah, whenever you feel in your heart and your mind that it's ready to go, then you got to do it. Like, you know, as I said, with this recent price update, I felt like, you know, from a logistical standpoint, from a business standpoint, it was the right time to do it. So yeah, you know, considering, you know, being busy, coming, you know, all that sort of stuff, it was necessary. So I think when the right time is when go.
No, yeah.
I say when the right time is when you've sort of calculated it and you know you're ready to go.
How do you value like risk to reward?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because is the reward always financial? Like, how do you value risk to reward ratio? Because it's different for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no, definitely not always financial, for sure. It depends on what you're sort of aiming to do, you know what I mean? So like, I think it always comes down to not biting off more than you can chew, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, we want all these, you know, we want to achieve greatness and whatnot, but we got to sort of do it calculated. 'Cause sometimes we can take a step too far and then can set us 10 steps back. So it's all about not biting off more than we can chew as individuals.
How do you know when your mouth's full?
I think sometimes it's important to take a step back and look behind us sometimes when it comes to taking risk. Look behind us, look where we've come from and look where we've come to, and then see how that growth journey has been. And then if it's now, you know, considering the trends, considering the growth that we've had in the past, is it worth now taking that risk? And then how much of that risk should we be willing to take into the future?
A lot of reflection.
That's what I reckon. It's not just, you know, you look at yourself now, you're like, okay, I'm doing this, that. Let me do that. No, I got to turn around, see where I started, see how it's gone, see the other variables as well. You know, you got to see, if I do this, what's going to happen there? If I do that, what's going to happen there? You got to be able to weigh up the variables, weigh up your decision that you're going to be doing and see if it's worth it.
Were there any variables that you weighed up that almost made you go, nah, I'm not going to increase my prices? Or were all the signs pointing, yeah, I'm going to do it?
It's a tough question. I mean, I think there's always going to be, you know, little sort of niggles that you're going to say like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. But then you've got the other things in your mind that say, oh, you really should. You know what I mean? So it comes down to, as I said, weighing it up, weighing the effects that this will have on that, seeing where you've come from, and then from there going forward.
I like that. And I had another question that's kind of unrelated, but it relates. What's your biggest weakness as a person? How do you think that can contribute to your decision making? This guy looked at me like, what the yeah,
my
bro.
biggest
I know.
weakness.
Yeah, bro.
And how can it contribute?
And and do you think, or how can it contribute to your decision making and taking risks?
In a negative way?
Maybe it's a positive thing. I know,
My
bro.
biggest weakness is like overthinking. And yeah, in saying in being that way, it always probably tends to have a negative effect on decision making because it sort of holds me back.
Or do you think it's a positive thing because you look at every perspective?
It's positive in that sense. Is this where you had this really good question straight out, like really good question.
I didn't know you were going to say overthinking.
No, it's a really good question. Like because like when now that I think about it, it's negative in the fact that yeah, it can hold me back from making that choice, but it's positive due to the fact that I get to look at all aspects, all angles. So yeah, it's good to think. It's good to overthink if you're calculating, but not too much of it.
How can you go from overthinking to just analyzing?
Someone out there, bro, tell me how to do that. I don't know, man. I mean,
because I feel like overthinking is when you think of everything, and then do you assess like the bad and the good, like the outcomes of it?
To be honest, like when it comes to overthinking, like we're probably going a little bit off track here. It's still with what we're saying, but like I think it's actually really valuable. When it comes to overthinking, I think it's important to rationalize your situation, whether it be write it down on paper, speak it out loud, rationalize your situation, and then see, is what I'm doing worth doing? Is the thoughts that I'm having, are they real? Are they fake? If they're fake, bin them. They're not real. And then, those real thoughts, calculate them, analyze them, see, are they worth it? Then pursue that. And then have a think about that. And then if that leads back to your risk that you're going to take, and if it's, positively or negatively affecting it, then go that way.
What do you mean by real or fake thoughts?
Rational or irrational thoughts.
Okay.
So,
yep. Makes sense. I got you.
So, the what ifs, when it comes to if we're talking about business, right? Yeah. The what ifs, it's good to think about, but, to the point where they become irrational and silly.
Yeah. So like a what if for you, be like, what if I increase my prices and no one comes?
There's that. Or there's what if I increase my prices and no one leaves? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which didn't do what you intended. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. They're both irrational. The more rational thoughts are, okay, and this is why I talk about looking back and seeing the trends, like in terms of the business from my recent price raises and seeing what's happened, and then being able to go forward and then being like, okay, if I'm going to raise my price, then, X amount of people will leave, X amount of people will stay. That's more rational because that's a logical decision. Yeah,
you put the numbers behind it, you worked it out. Right?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. So when it comes to, overthinking, it's important to take that step back and analyze. But, as we've discussed, it's hard to do. But I think the most reasonable way to do it is to rationalize the decision, rationalize real between fake. That's it.
I like it.
Yeah, that's what I reckon. What about you? How do you, what's your biggest weakness when it comes to, let's say, decision making, or how does it contribute to decision making?
I have two of my biggest weaknesses is one, I lack attention to detail, and two, stubborn. Bro, I'm very hard-headed.
Fair enough.
But
I feel like they're good.
Can be, bro. That's the thing. Your biggest weakness can also be your strength, for sure. I'm stubborn, like, bro, if I'm hell-bent on something, you need to be a master at convincing me to change my mind. Because once I'm locked in...
See, I feel like you're pretty chill, though.
Yeah. No, I am. No, yeah, bro. I am pretty chill, but sometimes I'm like, nah, I'm not budging. Like, I know. In saying that has helped me a lot because I'm just so stubborn and hard-headed to the point where I'm like, no, I'm not taking no for an answer. This is what's happening, and we're doing it. But then the downfall is sometimes I'll do that and be like, yeah, so didn't really look at this properly, and now we're here. Like, you know what I mean? Or maybe I've missed an opportunity from someone just because of my hard-headedness. But it's interesting, man. Like in the having business partners, like, bro, we get heated sometimes.
But I feel like that can also help that stubbornness, to help you adopt a more of an open mind.
Yeah, bro, that's been the biggest adjustment. Like, I'm able to listen to perspective, able to bring things in, and then make a decision, bro. But sometimes this is the problem. I'm so stubborn that I'll listen to what you're saying, and I'll be like, yeah, but you're wrong.
Fair enough.
I'll be like, this is what I believe. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I get it, but I still think that you're wrong and I'm right.
Yeah.
So that's a really bad
Maybe
thing.
you're right, though.
So look, let's not start this. Let's not start this.
Colin and Fortune out there.
Yes, bro, they're listening. So was my missus. She's like, shut up.
Fair.
She had a big combo on this about about right or wrong and how I think that.
I'm
All right, bro,
saying
stuff it. I'm going to ask you, do you think that in every situation there's right and wrong? Or do you think it's just like it can be a bit of a middle ground or it's just whatever? Or I feel like, yeah. Or in an action, even in a relationship, whatever, there's always right and wrong.
I gotta think about this one. That's a good question. Any action, there's a right and wrong.
Yeah, like between two people, if someone does something that causes a situation, is there right and wrong? Or is it just like, you know, a bit of a grey area, like I hear what you're saying, I hear what I'm saying?
Nah, there's right and wrong.
All right, cool.
Nah, for sure.
Cool.
Because then what? You're just stuck there. And then what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you said, yeah, okay. Like,
yeah, see?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people, I used to feel like, sometimes still do, okay, a lot of the time I still do, but I'm trying to change. Like, I feel like someone's done something that's caused something, therefore they're wrong for doing that. Do you know what I mean? But I know it can be justified. Their actions may be able to be justified, but I still think that is wrong. Or did I just like brain fuck you?
Nah, it's a tough question, man. Like, it's very hard to answer. I feel like it's probably contextual.
It is. It is very.
Like, when it comes to like, well, you know, isn't that their physics? You know, every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Guy's always a philosopher. Yeah?
Nah, I'd learned that in like year 8 science. So like, but that's true. Like, everything that you do is going to have some sort of effect.
Yes, but is what you do, can it always be considered right or wrong to cause that reaction?
All right, let's think of a hypothetical, right?
Okay.
I said something to you and you didn't like, and you punched me in the face.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Who's that wrong there?
Depending on what you said,
yeah, okay.
I would say you are.
I'm at wrong.
Depending on what you said. But let's say it wasn't anything too crazy. It was just like a joke and I took it the wrong way. I'm in the wrong because I've interpreted it in a manner which I shouldn't have, which you didn't come across. You could have just been like, hey, bro, your nose is big. Which, yeah, I know it is. All good. And then I crack you. You're not in the wrong for that. I'm in the wrong for reacting how I did, for not understanding that what you said was a joke, and for resulting in violence. Therefore, I'm in the wrong. And I should apologize to you.
But if I said some like real nasty thing and you cracked me, then I'm in the wrong.
Yeah, and you should apologize to me.
See, it's crazy because it's so contextual.
It is.
Like, what if someone listens to that and like listens to what I said and they're like, nah, it wasn't that bad? Or what if they heard what I said about your nose and then they're like, nah, that's so far, bro.
I know, it is very, but that's just how my brain works, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
Now that we're deep in it, I think it's a 50-50.
Okay. That's okay.
I think it's a 50-50. Now
That's
that we're
fair.
deep in it.
No, I'm trying, and shout out to my girlfriend for this, I'm trying to be a lot more open-minded and understand that. Because, bro, I don't know what it is, but the way my brain and my head is wired, I'm black and white, I'm yes or no. You feel me? So that, if we go all the way back, it relates to taking risk. That's how I view risk in situations. I believe every situation is black and white in life, and emotions add color. So I'm really good at looking for something for what it is and being like, here's what we do. I don't care what the fuck, how it happened. This is what we do. This is the right way. This is where we go. You know what I mean? My mom, she calls me heartless a lot. Because sometimes I'm like, she's like, you lack empathy. I'm like, I don't. I just know how to make a decision, not based on emotion, and I don't even look at it. So it's a good thing when I make risk-taking decisions, but it is also can be a bad thing because I don't evaluate how others may feel or impact.
No, I like the way you've really unpacked that, bro. Like, when it comes back to risk especially. So you're trying to say that risk is black and white.
I think, bro.
If you know, you're going to, jump from there to there, that is black and white.
Yeah. What happens in between is, yeah, I really do.
Fair enough.
That's why I feel like I can make decisions. Because I'm like, all right, if I do this, this is what's going to happen. Cool. If I do that, that's what's going to happen. And what? Make a decision. Okay. Don't like pussyfoot around like, oh.
How do you know?
Bro,
how do you know?
You just know.
The gut feeling.
Yes, but sometimes I think I know and I don't. But then that's a new situation.
That's something we don't talk about.
No, but sometimes, and then I adjust from there. But okay, if this were to happen, here's how to respond to it. But I'm a big believer, bro. Worry about it when it happens. Worry about it when it happens. Until it's right in my face and I see the situation, I'm not even stressing about it till it happens.
I agree with that. But at the same time,
I like a but, yeah.
Nah, like, I agree with that, but at the same time, like you got to be able to, if you know that worry about it when it happens, it can't just be the most like far fetched thing.
No.
You know what I mean?
You think about it.
It's like I'm gonna, you know, go, you know, all on black. You know what I mean? Like, and worry about it when it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like
something I would do. Yeah.
like, you know, we can't be doing that.
All right, here's a situation. All right, I'll give you another hypothetical, right? I jump into Calm full time, right? We're not making enough for me to sustain living and everything and paying rent and whatever. And then and I'm projecting that we will in the next 3 months. But in the interim, I only have enough money to last me 3 months. All hypothetical situation, right? My mom was like, you know what? Some mom said, why don't you get a job to pay everything? I'm like, no, because I want to put all my energy into this. But like, okay, what if you fall on your feet? What if you fall on your ass and it doesn't work? I'll be like, I'll worry about it when it happens. That's me. I won't be like, oh yeah, you're right. But no, I'll worry about it when it happens. At the end of the 3 months, if I'm cooked, let me worry about it when it happens. But I'm not going to worry about it now. Do you know what I mean? Maybe not the best hypothetical, but
no, I get
what I'm saying?
Is that because you are more, let's say, you rather, you know, go 100% with that? Because I can agree.
I am, and the way I live my life, which is another blessing and a curse, I'm all in or I'm not in at all.
Yep.
I can't just like kind of do something.
Yep. No, I totally agree with that. I'm totally the same.
I can't like kind of be this. I'm either in it and I am it or I'm not it. Yep. No in between, bro.
Yep.
So it's hard to live like that because you never like just in the middle floating. Like, bro, if I'm podcasting, I'm a podcast. Like I'm in it. You feel me?
But I think that that's actually quite a positive, especially when it comes to taking risks, because then you're able to, you know, go full in with that risk that you're about to take.
I think I find more comfort in my risk taking because I know I'm not risking my efforts.
Okay. Yeah, that's
totally fair.
know what I mean? Yeah, I totally
like it's not just a risk and then I might show up. I'm taking the risk, but I'm putting all of myself behind it.
And you know that you'll back it.
Maybe I'm just stupidly confident in my ability.
It's good to be confident though.
Maybe I'm arrogant. I don't know. Dude, what's the difference between confidence and arrogance? People call me arrogant sometimes.
I wouldn't consider you arrogant. Arrogant is when I believe arrogant is when you're confident to the point that you think you can do anything and everything when you can't. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say that disrespectfully. I don't say that disrespectfully.
You're right.
I say it to the point where it's like, you were to turn around to me today and you're like, yeah, bro, I'm going to like, you know, jump out of a plane without a parachute and survive. You know what I'm saying? That's arrogance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're confident. You're confident to the point where you know what you're worth and you know what you're capable of. But arrogance is the point where you just are not capable of the extent that you think you're capable of.
Yes, I believe that 100%, and I'm a realist to the point where I can see that. But also something inside me was like, all right, bro, if I go in the ring with Tank, right? I'm like, fuck it, bro. I'll give it a chance, you know? Like, I'm confident in my ability to just try, bro.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, yeah, bro, I die the next minute, obviously. But I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know how to put it in words. Like, I back myself to just at least try it.
I love this when we talk about risk because it sounds to me that you'll take every single risk that comes at you. And that's a good thing.
Yes, bro.
I think you'll take every single risk that comes at you. And that's why I know, like, in all seriousness, that you will definitely go very, very far in life.
Inshallah, brother.
100%. I have no doubt. Because, you know, you've got your will behind you. You got God behind you. You got the right people behind you. And I guarantee, you know, whether it's something that, you know, you've had from a young age or whether it's something that's been fostered in you recently, I guarantee that mentality will get you super far in life.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Hopefully you're right, man.
No,
I just don't gamble all my house away. No, I'm joking. But do you think these skills, and you said something interesting, like you're born with it or you develop it?
You develop it.
Really?
For sure.
Ooh.
For sure.
Elaborate.
You know, I think from young, yeah, all right, we could be born with, you know, we got a more sort of optimistic mindset, you know, a more like driven mindset, or we could, you know, conversely be a little bit more reserved and more conservative. But I feel like, you know, coming from, you know, listening to the right mentors or having the right people around you, it really helps sort of foster that little bit of motivation. Like, for example, you know, kicking it with AJ, you know, I met you at the start of this year. or end of last year, and you know, I always feel inspired from AJ. You know, that instills a little bit of more extra motivation in me. So I feel like it's not necessarily something that you were born with. It does help. It does help to be born with it, but we can always change for sure.
Yeah, no, you sold me. I would. Yeah, that's fair. No, you're right.
Yeah, and that's what I think. Like, you know, hanging around with the right people can really help you, you know, become that more motivated and inspired person. And conversely, you know, hanging around with the wrong people can put you in a ditch.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a question. It might be a bit confronting. I don't have to answer, but like, oh, it's not that confronting. But do you think you developed overthinking, and how? Or like you just came out the womb overthinking? That's what I'm saying.
That's a good question.
We're doing a lot of self-reflection, bro. Like, I'm unpacking a lot.
I probably developed it.
Okay,
yeah.
How or why? Was there like it? I know it's hard to be like there's a key moment, but like was there?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Even like going back to high school and like, do you think you were overthinker then?
I think it's always, genuinely, it's always the notion and the idea and the concept of wanting to succeed.
So you fear to failing.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Straight out, bro.
You overthink, but what's failing?
It can't fail.
But what is failing?
Right now?
What's the definition of failing?
What is failing?
For you?
Like David Goggins, you know, when he once said this on a podcast with Andrew Huberman, and so many other times as well, like being on your deathbed, and then, you know,
you could have done more.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you're about to die, and then, you know, you go up to the gates of heaven, and then God's there, and then he's listing out all these things, and you're like, nah, that's not me. He's like, yeah, that's what you could have been though. You know, like on some real shit, bro. Like, that's what I think. But I know it sounds deep, bro.
No, but in saying like what you could have been, but what about what you are? Why are you worried about what you couldn't have been?
When I say what I could have been, I don't mean like, you know, you're already this good, you know, you could have been this much better. I just mean like it's important to when I say what you could have been is your potential.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like you haven't reached your full.
That's what I think, and
potential.
I think we only got one life.
Do you think everyone can always reach their full potential?
100%, 100%.
You can't, bro.
100%.
How?
100%. 100%.
But that's so broad because there's so many other aspects of your life that need attention and time and love that's going to take away from other aspects of your life, right? Let's say you have a family, right? And you know, hopefully you do one day. And that's going to contribute to you being a better man, a better person, a father, a husband, right? That's going to naturally take away from your business and your ability to do that. So instead of having instead of having $1 billion business, you might only have $100 million business. But is that still?
That's not what I mean when I say what you could have been. Okay. Your potential. Yeah?
Okay.
That's not what I mean. I don't mean everyone's potential is to have $1 billion and to have, you know, whatever else it might be. Yeah. I think everyone has their own potential, you know, but I feel like all that means is just giving it your all, you know. Some people or everyone is dealt a different card, dealt different hand. So it's all about, you know, being able to, you know, work with what you've got and just being the best version of yourself. You know, whether that means, you know, working, you know, financially on yourself, but, you know, way more importantly, working on your inner self. You know, I saw this thing recently online. It was like, improve the things that no one can take away from you, like your mindset, your mental health, your you know, your relationships, all that sort of stuff. You know, things that are priceless, things that people can't take away from you. That's so much more valuable than improving, you know, your business and stuff like that. So when I say, you know, what you could have been, that's what I mean. I mean the things that people can't take away from you.
But if you're always striving to do that, bro, how can you fail?
That's what I'm saying, though. If you're always striving to do that, you will not fail.
So your biggest fear is like not striving to do that, and then that's going to lead to failure.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it. Like comfort.
Yeah. Okay. That's not you, bro. Yes, you would never. What?
But that's the overthinking when that comes into play.
I can see that. It's very interesting, but it's like, but look at what you've done, and look at what you've been.
It's got nothing to do with that.
But it does, because then
it's.
But if you weren't able to do that, that shows like it's a sign of growth. That shows like your ability to always increase and get better and want more. So are you ever gonna be satisfied? Sorry, bro. I have to answer, bro. Just some food for thought.
It's a good question. I mean, it's important not to be comfortable. It's important, to want more and to want better. And again, this doesn't mean financially,
Yeah.
But also, I think an important thing is, especially like looking at, the pillar of God, and being able to, be the best servant of God.
Yeah, the best person you can.
So whatever that means, for whatever religion that you preach, I think that's probably the most important thing. And at the end of the day, yes, that will convert into you becoming the best version of yourself. But also, I guess we're never gonna be, we will not be. What's the word I'm trying to look for? We're gonna be tested up until the very end. So I think it's always important to not say stay on your toes, but become the best version of yourself.
For sure, bro. I think you need to flip your mindset from being afraid to fail, bro, to be excited to grow more. I feel like that's what you need to do, bro. I feel like, bro, if you stopped and shit didn't go right or whatever, bro, it's not a failure, bro. If you look at the man you are and what you've achieved and who you are, I think, yeah, bro, I would give yourself a little more credit. Just in terms, like, stuff the business, like, whatever. Like, despite you having a thriving business at 21. Damn, I don't even know. 21, bro. Like, yeah, I feel like you gotta change. Fuck. I feel like you gotta change the wording, bro. Because that's hard. Like, when you always are fearful of that, bro, I think you're just gonna be excited for more. And excited for more growth and more opportunities. And when you do overthink, that you're thinking to get better, not what happens if I don't,
It's a good way to look at it. I haven't ever looked at it from that perspective before. And it's very much more optimistic perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I appreciate that.
No, bro.
It's definitely a good way to look at it.
Thanks for sharing, bro. We kind of we're diving into shit,
Dead
bro. It's
set,
cool,
bro. Dead set. But it's definitely a better way to look at it. It's important to not dwell on the negatives, but to be grateful for the positives. And I guess we can get caught up in the negatives a lot, and it can take over. But yeah, you're right, bro. It's important to be grateful and recognize the positive aspects.
It's all part of growth, bro. It's all part of your development as a young man, and only 21 years young, bro. Like, there's so much life to live, like, at least, God willing, like 60, 65 years on this planet, bro. Like, there's a lot of growth in that. You feel me? So it's like, that's why I just think for you, man, just gotta flip it. Don't be like you said, afraid of failing, bro. Just be excited to continue to want more and progressing in who you are, what you are, in your faith, in your health, in your relationships, in your business, in your life, bro. Because there's so much more to achieve, bro. But you should be excited for that. So not fearful if you don't.
Mm-hmm. So how do we as individuals, how do we turn that risk from fear into excitement?
Because if there's a risk, that means there's an opportunity for something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you got to look at that as a positive, like, look at this opportunity that I can take if I do these things right, if I look, if I calculate it, make sure, or look at how much better I may be, or look at this situation. You might jump into something financially that you might not be able to be ready for yet, but it's an opportunity. So how can you prep yourself for that opportunity?
Yep.
It's not just a risk. A risk is when you make a decision just to, without thinking. That's a risk.
You know what? I hate this word risk.
Let's
change it.
Change it, bro. Do what we want.
Opportunity.
It is, bro. It is.
It's an opportunity.
Because if you look at a risk, everyone's thinks of if you break it down a risk, or what if I ask her out? For young people, that's an opportunity to get a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And it's the what if. It's the what if she says no. You know what I mean?
And
that's risk. That sounds ugly. That sounds scary. But what if she says yes? You know what I'm saying? That's the opportunity,
bro. You don't worry about it till it happens. And even if she says no, for example, that's an opportunity for you to just better yourself.
Definitely. I mean, we spoke about this. They aren't losses, they're lessons.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
So there's no risks either. Just choices and opportunities. All right, bro. I know. Maybe we should write a book or some shit.
Straight out, man. wants to see AJ X Ealef Cuts book.
That's the title. Book. AJ X Ealef Cuts book.
Oh man.
But in doing so, bro, and making tough decisions and taking risks, whatever you want to call it, bro, there's always good that comes out of it, man. And sometimes when, you know, you take that opportunity, take that risk, even if you may be calculated or whatever, and it falls through and doesn't go as you planned, it's still going to plan.
Definitely.
It's not your plan.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair. And I agree with that. You know, I think everything is written. I think there's you know, nothing that we can do that we can change the course. I feel like it's always meant to be the way it's meant to be. All we can do is focus on our path and just continue to, be the best version of ourselves.
Be the best version of yourselves, bro, and get better and see the opportunity to get better.
Talking about risks, you know, coming towards the end of the ep, let's talk about the future. You know, let's talk about opportunities.
Tell me.
Anything that, you know, you got going on, any opportunities? Tell me, bro.
Biggest opportunity for us, and I've spoken about a little bit, is us starting and owning a charity, which, bro, that's a freaking risk.
Definitely.
I'm 21, soon to be 22 in a couple of days. Bro, I don't know how to run a charity. No lie. Like, there's so much more to it. But don't care, bro. I'll work it out, man.
Definitely.
That's what you got to have, bro, you know? Like, I can't be fearful, what if I don't do this? What if, and what? But what if I can? What about when I do it? You know, so that's a massive opportunity for us. Like, we'll be able to just provide our services to so many more young people across the state, bro, you know, and really do what we do with a charitable cause and with intent. It will be able to just change so many lives, bro. You know what I mean? And being in the right legal structure and in that capacity is just going to allow us to receive the funds to do that to the fullest capacity and impact more and more young people, bro. So I'm about to be, you know, 22 years old with a company, a charity.
That's big.
But, you know, bro, there's no...
Who else has that, bro?
But it's
That's
like...
it. Nah, for real.
But it's like, I've never done this before, bro. So I'm expecting to fail, but I look at these little failures as opportunities, bro.
And the most important thing, and I hear excitement in your voice.
Yeah,
you know,
bro,
you don't. I don't hear fear. You know, I don't hear what if this, what if that. You know, fear is the killer of success.
Yes, man.
That's it.
The biggest worst case scenario, right? It won't happen, but it does. Right? I don't know how to run charity. It's all cooked. Everything falls apart. The businesses dissolve. Bro, I will have been 22 that tried to start a company and a charity and tried to do this.
That's it.
Bro, I don't care, bro. That's a success in itself.
Definitely.
Whatever I do in my next phase of life, I can use those experiences and put it forward.
Definitely.
So who cares, bro? Like, it's not even that deep. That's why I'm just like, yeah, man, we'll work it out.
And the reality is, like, chances are, you know, like, you know, people got to realize that it's not an overnight success. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. It takes growth. And this is something that you guys have been cultivating for quite a long time.
6 years, bro.
6 years.
Only now it's like we're working it out. But even then, we know, in the grand scheme of, like, business, bro, we know nothing. But it's good.
You're going to learn.
Bro.
It's a long way to go. It's exciting. That's it.
It is, bro. But what about you?
About me? We got a lot of things cooking, bro.
I know you do. You do.
You know, there's a lot of things that I wanna be able to do in the studio here.
Yep.
For the clients coming in. We just got a facial steamer. That's
elite.
Dope. It's just a little touch, but it's dope. There's a few other ideas. I can't drop them just yet, but there's.
I'm joking, bro.
It's cooking. It's cooking, but
it always is.
Huh?
It always is.
Yeah,
bro.
for sure. But that's stuff like that. Also, me and AJ, we got something to let you guys know. By the time this pod comes out, it'll still be a little while away, but it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
You want to let them know?
Yeah, bro, man. You came to me literally before I walked in the door. A guy had a camera on. What's he doing, bro? I just got in. He's like, you know, man, how about a youth event, kind of, you know, soccer tournament, basketball tournament in the ends, obviously local to Reservoir and whatnot, kind of Coburg area. Just a space for freaking to celebrate the year. A lot of young people, bro, over like, we were thinking and depending probably more than that, bro, but like over $1,000 of prizes, like sausage sizzle, just like a full event.
Massive day.
Just like a little community day, bro. Get everyone around each other and cultivate a happy space. And I feel like that would be something.
Whoever's good at soccer.
Yeah,
basketball.
bro. Soccer, basketball, sign-ups, you and your boys, whatever it may be. And yeah, but we'll hash some details out. But, you know, 14th of October, as we film this episode, bro, we're speaking into existence, man. And by the end of the year, we're going to have something up and rolling, bro.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I don't know. Like my brother actually gave me that idea.
Shout out, bro.
That's it. I was like, damn, like that's a great idea. And I think it's just gonna be a great day. You know, something for you guys to you know get excited about. But yeah, I can't wait for it to happen for real.
Most definitely, bro. And we cooking, and that right there, bro, could be a risk. But we don't look at it like that. It's an opportunity, bro.
Definitely, it's an opportunity.
Worst case, bro, no one comes. This is what it is, bro. I'll eat the sausages, yeah?
Straight out, bro. I mean, I don't know if I can finish them, but yeah, we'll get there, bro. Yeah, we'll be fine, bro. We'll be fine. So yeah, I think yeah, it's definitely not a risk. It's an opportunity, and it's something that is gonna be, you know, really helpful for us, and something that we want you guys to get down and enjoy. But yeah, I think probably a main takeaway from this episode is to twist risk into opportunity.
Twist that shit.
Twist it. You know, risk is the killer of success. So I feel like that's a key takeaway that I've taken from this episode, most definitely. And genuinely, I feel like that's going to really switch my perspective and be able to keep growing and keep providing, you know, the best service and, you know, growth for myself, my community here at Ealef Cuts, but even, you know, my relationships and everything else.
Most definitely, bro. And I think a big takeaway for me as well from this app was your biggest weakness can also be your biggest strength.
Definitely.
And your biggest strength can be your biggest weakness, bro. It's just all about intertwining in it and making it beneficial for whatever situation you're in.
You just got to know how to tweak it, how to
flip
tweak
the switch
that
a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, how to refine it, how to fine tune it.
Exactly.
How to use it, how to turn it down or add more to it, whatever it may be, bro.
That's
So,
it.
man, this is all part of our growth and development as two young men kind of sharing the story, bro. But
Yeah, because like too much of anything is no good, you know? Too much overthinking, we've spoken about. Too much stubbornness, as we've spoken about. None of it is all too good. It's good to an extent, but not to the max. So it's important that we, you know, either tone it down or tone up some aspects, and to allow us to grow and to be able to make the next move.
Hey, 100%, bro. We're going to keep documenting the move each week. Hey, man, episode 14.
Episode 14.
In the books, in the cut.
We cooked.
From the chair to the community, baby.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.